Have they heard from the government? What is the development? At the last time we had the conversation, it was over the phone, a gentleman who chose to be anonymous. Well, today it's a different situation. I'll be introducing two of those 1,000 gentlemen who were employed at the time and are currently have not been posted to their place of work to resume duty. And while we introduce them, let me also quickly remind us, please, if you are listening, you have to really contribute to this one. Get online at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle on Facebook, so you can be part of the conversation. Let us hear you. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. They are planning a protest, and I'm sure that protest was supposed to go on tomorrow. What do you think about it? Are you in support of it? Let us know what your thoughts are. But quickly, let me welcome Mr. Owunda Chris and Benson Abiye. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
All right, you're welcome. And also, we also try to get the Commissioner for Information on the show so that he perhaps get the opportunity to talk with this gentleman and understand what really the issues are. And so let's quickly also recognize the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Joe Johnson. Sir, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Andrew, and good morning to Rivers people.
All right, let's start with the gentleman, the Honorable Commissioner, so that he gets to understand what the problem is.
Yes.
The last time I had the conversation, I was told that you got your letters, you were waiting to be posted. That did not happen. In fact, there were rumors of auxiliary workers being employed. Let's just give us a breakdown first before we go. What is the situation? What's the development at this point? Have you held any meetings with the board chairman? What has been said about your state as workers of the state government?
Okay, let me just do a little recap from what our brother said the last time. We've been on this for over 2 years, for almost 2 years now. At least June will make it 2 years. We've had our employment letters with us. We've been trained. The only time we heard from the board was during the past administration when they sent us SMSs of our postings. So ever since then, we've not heard from them again.
The weaker administration?
Yes. No, this was the current administration.
Okay, for the board, you mean?
Yes, from the board.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
But from the board, the only time we heard from the board was during the past administration. They just sent us SMSs of our postings. And, that made us so, a lot of persons were excited, especially when we heard from the commissioner as well that the government is doing something about it.
Which of the commissioners?
The current commissioner for information. And, one time, I think the former chairman of Ikwerre local government spoke on this matter, on this same issue, when a question was thrown at him. And he said the government is doing something about it. I think he said that in the past, that they will definitely be called and they will be posted very soon. So whenever they say these things, people get so excited and there's this kind of expectation, around it. And ever since then, we've not heard anything from them. We've been having that letters with us for 2 years. June will make it the 2 years anniversary. We've been having that letters. We know our governor means well. We know that at several forums he had made pronouncement concerning this job that we have been engaged. But we really want to appeal to the governor. We've had that letter for 2 years. Anytime you make that pronouncement, lots of persons are excited. We have mothers, we have fathers, we have breadwinners of families.
What job were you doing before you got this employment?
A lot of us were working, we're gainfully employed, but they asked us to resign in course of the training that you cannot be working for government and be working for a private sector. So a lot of persons resigned their appointment, and that has been over 2 years. Now imagine the hardship in Port Harcourt, the economic hardship, price of food, price of rent and all that. So we've had that letters with us. It's been a painful journey for 2 years. It's been a painful journey. And if the painful part of it is that there has been no clear communication between the board and us. At least they ought to have, okay, this is what we're doing, this is where we are now and all that. We've had these letters even before the governor made pronouncement concerning the Rivers State Hospital Management Board. They've done their biometrics. Yes, they've done their biometrics and now they started job and work. So what's really happening to us? We really don't know what's happening. I wouldn't come here and say there's a sabotage. I believe that the governor means well. I believe that for the governor to have made that pronouncement, it means that he has concluded it. But we really don't know what's happening. And that's the reason why we're here.
Mr. Chris, let's understand this from your perspective. Has there been any meetings with the Commissioner for Education? what has been said? Because, I mean, the Commissioner for Education should be the direct link if you speak with the board chairman. So these two offices, what's the message that you've gotten from them?
Yes, thank you for having me this morning. But the issue is this: the Commissioner of Education, we have not been able to have a meeting with him. All the letters sent to board chairman, head of service, governor, and including the Commissioner of Education, have not been heard any result. And now, all we are saying is this: like what my brother said, the governor of the state meant well for all of us, for him to approve this job for the 1,000 UBA teachers. He meant well. But we don't know where this delay is coming from, whether it's from the board office or whatever.
Did they say maybe because speculations from the last person I spoke with last time said there were speculations of some internal politics or disagreement with the board chairman and the past administration. In fact, there were rumors that perhaps, they were saying that there were some issues with the employment recruitment process and so on and so forth. Has anything of such been said?
Absolutely none. Nobody has said anything. They've not come out clear to say anything. We've had rumors like that. People have been saying things like if there are some things happening and all that. But I don't think that should be our problem. If there are issues, I think that should be between the administration. But I think for the governor to have made that pronouncement, it means everything has been sorted out. I mean, at some point they told us that the reason why you have not been called is because it needs to be captured in the budget, in the 2024 budget. And we've passed 2024. And they said, in 2025 budget, it needs to be captured. And we've passed 2025. I remember one time they said, we wrote to the governor. And they said, you ought not to have written. You know the situation in the state, because we wanted to have an audience with our governor. We know he's a father, he's a listening governor. You ought not to have written, the situation in the state. You guys should calm down. The governor will speak to the tension. Who was telling and all you this? That. We got calls. And why did you guys write?
Who called?
Nobody.
Who was calling? You got calls from who? Was it the board chairman? Was it who was calling and telling you there was no need to write?
We belong to a particular platform where you have this long, huge Telegram platform. You have certain members of the board there. They have their persons there that they started sending messages. Why did you write to the governor? Why did you do this and all that? That was the first letter. We wrote the second letter again to the governor. We didn't get any response. Then we wrote again.
Were you certain that the letter got to the governor?
Absolutely certain. We wrote the first letter because we sent it. The second letter, we sent it via DHL. Perhaps maybe that one did not get to. Let's use DHL services. So we did with DHL services.
It got to the government house.
Yes.
Or did it get to the governor?
It got
that's a different thing.
It was addressed.
All right,
I think it was acknowledged.
Okay, yes. Which means somebody received
it. Even in behalf of the government of Rivers State, somebody received it. You understand? So all this delay, we don't know where the delay is coming from. That is exactly what we are saying. But on 2024, this same job was captured in the budget of Rivers State government. It was captured in 2025 budget. It was there, captured. So we don't know where the delay is coming from. If they can be capturing all these things in 2024, this is 2025. It's there, so we don't know where it's coming
Luckily,
from.
we have the Honorable Commissioner for Information with us. Honorable Commissioner Sarah, we'll come over to you now. You heard the gentleman, and the news I got was that there's supposed to be a protest because of this.
No. If when we use the word protest in Rivers State, there's this kind of political coloration they give to it. It's a peaceful walk. We just walk
a demonstration,
not necessarily a demonstration. So they don't give it, a name. We just want to see the governor. We just walk to the governor. He's our father. We are his children. It's a peaceful walk. So we're just, going to see him and telling him about our plans.
That is just the only way that we can have the attention of the government, at least for them to speak to us, because since then they have been keeping us on dark. We don't know what is happening. They keep on telling us we should wait till how many years?
All right, Honorable Commissioner, you heard the gentleman, and something they pointed out was the fact that in the health sector we had this employment and it went on smoothly. People have resumed work with the doctors. But then with the education sector, there always seem to be issues. If we cast our mind back to the Ignatius Adjuru situation, we had something that was quite similar with those workers. And now with what's happening with these teachers. So what could be, is there any development or anything we don't know that they need to know and Rivers people need to know about this process?
It's important that we put on record that The attempt to recruit 1,000 teachers was the brainchild of the present government, heavily led by His Excellency Sasimela Ifubara. It was his brainchild. It's not a carryover project, as it were. The man that appeared last week or so clearly stated that he got his employment letter sometime in July. True. I'm sure you listened to him. He said he got it in July of 2023, meaning that it was the brainchild of the government and it was executed through the last board. There's a new board chairman now, headed by Dr. David Briggs. The former was Venerable Aka, who did the execution of that concept of the governor. Now, it is obvious that they got employment later, but civil service job naturally will have a procedure. My questions would be, one, those who have employment letters, have they done biometrics? Because even as a commissioner, when I was announced as commissioner, I went through screening, given letter of engagement. They told me to go and do biometrics. I remember it was at the point block. Have they done that? If the answer is no. Two, on all the appearances I've had in your studio, I've always said that that project is alive and is an ongoing project. Now, there could have been more exciting stories as to the delays, but I can tell you that the governor has not cancelled that project, that exercise. There may just be few teething problems. I've been trying to reach out to the chairman of the board, but the last time I spoke with him, he told me that he has met with the leadership of this group. They have a platform, they have a leader, and I have met with them more than twice.
When was the last time? When did he say this?
I said, as soon as he finished that interview, the anonymous guy who appeared.
That was last week, okay.
I called the chairman, and then he told me that he had met with them, and then he went ahead to also tell me that the man that is actually in charge of that exercise, that is in the current board now, Dominic Angucha, has met with them more than 3 times, and that they raised certain issues before them. So the people that are there, if they are able to link up, or if they are the leaders, they should say the truth. They have met with the chairman of the board twice at least.
So, Honorable Commissioner, what did the board chairman say when you asked him the question? I think that would help us quite a lot if we understand that. But, Commissioner, sir, maybe when we return after the break, you tell us this. We need to know, he has met with them. Did he state what was discussed and what the issues are? We'll try to find out. But let's first take a very short commercial. Please stay on the line for us. We'll continue the conversation afterwards.
Okay.
Nigeria Info will be right back.
Congratulations, Honorable Kenneth.
Name is Ifeimi Andrew. We have the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Mr. Joe Johnson, with us on the line. And we also have two of the teachers from the 1,000 that were employed by the state government in 2023, Wanda Chris and Benson Abiye, both with us in the studio. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. I know you have plenty of questions to ask. Use the Facebook handle at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can also download the Nigeria Info FM app so you can listen to us anywhere you are. Just have data. Network, not a problem. You can also use the WhatsApp number 0809 0306416. I'll first go back to the Commissioner, Honorable Commissioner first. So we get his response. He was responding. We asked the question about, he said he had spoken with the board chairman after the last conversation last week, and there's also been several meetings. So, Honorable Commissioner, sir, yes, you're trying to tell us. So, did the board chairman give an explanation or a reason as to why there is a delay or what could be the problem? I think that would be what Rivers people would want to hear, and even those who are involved in this whole situation would want to know the reason why the posting is yet to happen.
No, the truth of the matter is that I would have expected to know the capacities of the people in the studio. Are they the leadership of this 1,000 teachers? Otherwise, if they are not, then they need to have the chairmanship or the leadership of their group, because they had met severally. There have been several meetings both with the chairman and Dominic Amucha, who is in charge of the postings of teachers, where certain gray areas have been pointed at. But in my own understanding, I analyzed that to become a civil servant, you must go through biometrics. Have they done that? If they have done, then we are one step into the civil service. The other one is, what was the discussion, what were the deliverables, and the pushback from the meetings from the chairman to the director, who is a political appointee. I've mentioned his name, Dominic Agucha. The chairman in this case is Dr. David Briggs. The recruitment was executed by the last regime, but not regime as it were, the last chairmanship of the board. We, as a government, Governor Sinala Ifubara, initiated this process. They mentioned the ones in the other establishments, the
health sector, yes.
The health sector is moving seamlessly. The question is, what were the decisions that they made? They know to say that they have never met with anybody. They do not have a clear cut. They don't know what is going on.
Let's go across to them. Let's find out from them then. Let's start with Mr. Abiye. So you heard the commissioner said meetings have been held. Meetings have been held. Are you the leadership of the workers or what? You heard him. So let's get your response to those quickly.
I was avoiding this. I was avoiding coming to this. I knew it was going to come to this. I knew it was going to come to this point. So I didn't want to do this. But I think at this point, Rivers people need to know the truth. I'm part of the leadership of the teachers. I think with a representative, one of us, she's not in the leadership, was sent because she's close to one of the persons he mentioned there. She was called that they want to address them. I did not want to do this.
This was a meeting that was held with, okay.
Yes. Immediately after that conversation.
Last week.
They summoned her. This was like, there was this, an interview done on a sister station where it was aired here, and they quickly summoned her. That was the first time the leadership of this...
Who summoned her?
They say it was from the board. I'm going to play a video. I don't know. I was showing you that video that you see the office there, and you're going to listen. I'm not going to call names. The video speaks for itself. Every one of those teachers have seen this video. And that's one of the things that's causing the apprehension. Every one of those teachers. Maybe nobody from the government has seen it.
So when she came out after the meeting, did she tell you what was said?
Yes, she told us.
All right, what did she say? Let's hear it.
Yes, she shared it. So I'm going to play it. Everybody should listen to it. So this is it.
By the commissioner at me, I got his message that the chairman wants to see me with two other persons, so I had to go with someone with me, and I also had to go with an extra person from the floor to be a witness. So we actually went, the chairman received us the way he's supposed to receive us. He was glad to see us. So he asked, "Are you the confidence? My name has already gone viral." I said yes. That was what he asked. Of course, yes. He asked. Yes. You're the confidence? I said yes, sir. He said okay. That your people, that he heard that my people wants to come for demonstration or go to the government. That once they try it, I should warn them. That once he said he has finished signing everything.
And we saw it live.
Yes. They brought the fight, the 1,000.
Local government by local government. Arranged local government by local government. We saw it live. I saw it live. Confidence saw it. This other confidence saw it. We all saw it live. Yes.
He said when we were enjoying Christmas, that he locked himself up in his office. That it took him days, sacrifice, to make sure that he signed the 1,000 letters, which he did. That he wanted us to start on the 6th, and he said we should all stand up. They brought all the letters, the names. He said take it one after the other. Look at the names and the dates. They are on 6th of January. That is the date on the letter, 6th of January.
That's good.
He said yesterday he went to meet the head of service. Any head of service that these letters are on your table, please go to the governor, and that he doesn't want this letter to stay more than 2 few days.
The letters have overstayed in his office. Okay. He wouldn't want them in his office anymore.
Okay. That he wants us to go to the classroom.
Okay.
That everybody, that if you are a teacher, if you say you are a teacher and you want to be a teacher, those of them that have not taught before, that the first thing you need is patience in life.
Yes.
That every teacher needs patience. That he knows that it is not his, but you need patience. That the letters have been signed. That we should not spoil things for ourselves. That he will bring it out, call the press, and burn all of them from A to Z.
If anybody come to the board
or say anything, anywhere. Okay.
All right, so I need to get that. So she said the chairman said, is that what she's saying, that the chairman said that
I think
if anybody goes on a demonstration, he would burn the letters?
I think the video speaks for itself. It wasn't me that said it. The video speaks for itself.
So,
and you can confirm that it's from the board.
And also from there, I heard the lady...
But let me even interject at this point.
Okay, sir.
Listen, even though I didn't hear, it was quite faint. But let me presume that it's a reported speech. Where is the opinion of the chairman in this video?
Because what we heard was that every letter has been signed.
Was it recorded? Was it a premature video? What type of recording are we listening to?
All right, so what were recorded? I think what was played now, from what I'm seeing here, Honorable Commissioner.
What is the position of the chairman? What did the chairman say? I didn't hear the voice of
Okay, so according to what we heard, was played here, Honorable Commissioner, the lady said that she was summoned to the office of the chairman after some of the workers appeared on radio, and she went with two other people to be witness, and they went, and then he showed them the letters for everybody that was employed and said that has been signed, and they were supposed to resume work January 6th.
Yes. Left for him,
January 6th, and said he had even gone to present the letters
before the head of service to ensure that these things are sorted out as quickly as possible. But then, so what was also said was that he had said he heard that the workers were going on a demonstration to see the governor, and if any of them does that, he said that he was going to. She was reporting what was said, yes, in the meeting that she had with the board. We're not saying we won't. We're not saying that we would not hear from the chairman. We were not saying that. We're saying this was what was said by one of the workers who had gone for a meeting. And I think what's imperative about that is the fact that she confirmed.
Let me even say that there's no dispute. There's no dispute. They are in what they call balance of convenience in law. Now, if 20% of what I say is repeated by the other party, it would mean that I'm standing on a good ground. Now, there's no dispute. It is acknowledged, I've already said, that the concept of recruiting 1,000 teachers was the concept nurtured by Professor Ifoba. We gave them employment later. I had asked a number of questions, part of which they may not have answered. And I've asked that in the processes of engaging you in civil service, you must go through biometrics. Have they done that one?
Have you done your biometrics?
We haven't. We've been okay.
Of the head of service, in the understanding of the chairman of the board, who said, I will push this matter to head of service. Have they done that? If they have not done, that's question number one. I'm also aware that there has not been any cancellation by the governor. The 1,000 instance, if there were still pushbacks that we need to address, it's not enough for us to come and begin to, sort our stuff. So
all right.
Wherever we are now, let's see how we can pull back. Talk with the chairman of the board. There is a board that tells you that there's hierarchy. So go to governor and protest would mean painting a picture. Perhaps that may not even go well. If we're seeking for employment and the first thing we're going to do is to go to protest, a lot of misinterpretations will come in. My advice is openly of those is we do not need to hurry into the state we intend to go to. If you need to protest, like I heard him say, protest is trying to change the narrative. It doesn't want protest, it's whatever, road walk and road show. The chairman of the board is David Briggs. Go back, if it is possible, do a letter, get back to him, let us take it from there. There's no dispute. So to prosecute a crime, establish that there's a crime. There's no crime, there's no dispute, nobody's denying them the employment. All that is required, naturally with the bureaucracy of the civil service. I retired from NMT, so I know how our own employment.
All right, Honorable Commissioner, because of the time, we have to take a few calls. But gentlemen, I think you'd respond to the question, one of the questions the Commissioner asked. And another thing that was important was we heard from what that lady said. She said she saw the letters and all had been signed.
She made the
chairman.
video.
So if all had been signed and the chairman had said he's been painstakingly working to ensure that these things are sorted out, what is the reason for the scare and why the idea of the protest?
Sorry, please. She made the video in front of the board office, the chairman's office at the board. That was where she made the video. That's aside. And secondly,
have you done the biometrics? Yes. Has it been done? The question
for how long? This is almost 2 years. The people at the hospital management board didn't take up to 3 months to do biometrics. Several departments and all that have had employment from His Excellency's administration didn't take up to 2-3 months. We've been having this for close to 2 years. I mean, June will make it 2 years. And at several forums, we've had announcements made by the governor and saying that we have been engaged. I think in the mind of the governor, this is actually this is a done deal.
So quickly, because of the time, I need to take some calls, one or two of them at least.
We're not going on a violent protest or going to have a face-off with the government. No, we're just going to see him as a father and tell him that this is what we're facing. The reason why we're seeing him is to prevail on the board.
But that's the question now. The question is it necessary to do that if, from what we heard in that video, the chairman has said all the letters have been signed and it was confirmed by the young lady that it was signed?
See, on that issue, even if the letter was signed, for how long?
Have they done the biometrics?
So the biometrics, how does the biometrics work after you get an employment letter?
Go ahead. Let him
okay.
say what he has done. If he has done.
They told us about this when they gave us the employment. Let me even take you back a little. When we did the documentation and all that, this whole process took about 6 months. To when we were supposed to do the biometrics, they kept posting us, and this is over a year. We're talking about well over a year.
You tried to go to the biometrics. You went to the secretariat.
No, they have not even called us.
For
biometrics. Been no channel of communication. There has been no there has been no channel. The only time they summoned them, the only time you heard her language, they summoned. The only time was when they came on air. There has been no channel of communication.
So you have not been given a date on when biometrics will start?
I was going to read an SMS that she sent, that same lady sent, warning us not to do anything. She said, I was going to take the excerpt. She said, Now that, okay, she said, good evening. We should go ahead and pray irrespective of all corners of movement to the government so that we will not cause more harm than good. As I talk now, the board chairman is very angry for his name that was mentioned by the first set of people that went on air. And he's demanding an apology from us now. Now we are supposed to act right by going back to him and say sorry instead of some group of individuals that are planning to go to government house. Our biometrics would have been done by the head of service by now. And by the head of service, if we had not spoiled it with our hands. This was the SMS she was sending to individuals, threatening us not to even come and say anything about it.
So what's spoiling it with our hands? How? If it's an employment that the government is employing you, do you spoil it? Honorable Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
But you heard the point. They're saying, well, date for biometrics or nothing has ever been said. No communication. They've not gotten any. And it seems as though from what they've read...
He said that those in the board have already done their biometrics. If I heard him very well, I'm hearing faintly.
No, he didn't say. He said that biometrics have not been done. No date. They have not communicated anything to them about when biometrics will start since when they got their letters.
The leadership met with the chairman of the board. Their leadership has insisted that there is a leadership. What did the leadership give them as a proper means of feedback mechanism? What did they get from?
Is there a leadership you have?
Yes. And I also said that there is also a leadership. That same leadership met with Dominic Angucha, who is a member of the board that's in charge of the posting. So there must be something that he has not been able to disclose.
All right. Unfortunately, time would not allow us. I was thinking we would be able to take calls, but there's plenty to say in this conversation. I'll just take messages. This one says, I call on the governor to direct the chairman for the biometric to get these guys employed. The commissioner should also try and help to assist and be compassionate to their plight. The project will continue to be on the pipeline till the rift between the governor and the FCT minister is settled. Meanwhile, the said recruitment started since 2023. My question is, no, the recruitment are under the Governor Fubara administration, not Wiki administration. This is Jonah Mayfuli. Let me correct you on that one. Honorable Commissioner, I'm one of the recruited. I'm one of those recruited. I've had my appointment letter since July. I have gone through biometrics and I was posted to Amingboko, Abua Odua local government, but I'm worried that I haven't started yet. Adonis Opuene from Port Harcourt. So this says he's done biometric, but then he has not started work since. This one says, my concern for the plight of the people that were employed are yet to be posted is when will their payments begin? Since successive governments, including the present one, are known for not paying arrears owed to workers. Even the last promotion given to state civil servants, nothing is being said about the arrears. Joseph from Gokana. Justice Ori says, those concerned, have they exhausted all available means to get the government's attention? Protest should be the last option. He sent in this one from Omudioga.
Very correct.
This one says, I relocated from Abuja as a boat driver down to Rivers State. To date, it has been one story to the other. If I'm no longer focused because of this job, and it has not been easy for me and my family. Paul from Aoda sent in that one. Honorable Commissioner, the important questions have been avoided. Does it bother us that an employment process started over 2 years ago, yet applicants haven't been fully engaged? You mentioned civil service work involves several processes. Please explain why these processes have taken 2 years or almost 2 years. If you have more information, why not share it with the people of the state? All right, that's the much I can take. We have less than 2 minutes to wrap it up. So first, Honorable Commissioner, let's get your response in 1 minute.
My response is nothing to say that there is no dispute. There is no need for protest. We can still come back as a family and bond. I'm convinced that the chairman of the board will have the opportunity to even appear on air. I will compel him to try and...
Well, I had a conversation with him. He had promised me that he would come on air on Friday. That's this Friday. That's if his schedule doesn't change.
Okay, no problem. So it corroborates with what I'm saying. So it therefore means that they should exercise a little restraint. There's no need for protest, because when you protest, you create more bad blood. That's my appeal.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner. That's the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Joel Johnson. All right, to the gentleman in the studio now, let's come over to you as we wrap up. Let's start Ovunda Chris. Let's allow you say a few things first for the last couple of minutes.
So the process of this employment, that is exactly what we don't know, because before you go on a biometric, your name must be sent to head of service for biometrics, which the board chairman have refused to do that. We don't know his reason of not sending our name to the head of service for biometric. But you hear what the lady said there. She said the letters have been signed and it has moved from his office to the government house. So what is still holding it? If these letters are with the governor, so what is still holding the governor to sign?
I think the head of service.
Yeah, okay, the head of service. So we know that
governor.
our governor meant well for all of us, more especially the Rivers youth. He meant well for all of us. So we are saying, please, sir, His Excellency, help us. Talk to the head of service and the board chairman to do the needful.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. ABA, we have a few seconds already. I don't know if that will be enough for you to say anything.
I was going to say this. One of the things that created this apprehension was the recruitment of volunteer teachers by the board. And nobody's saying anything about it, but it's been ongoing behind the scenes. So we're here because we want the governor to prevail on the board.
All right. And that's how we wrap it up. Thank you very much. We'll take a commercial now.